I'm Robert Tibion. I chose the Space Race documentary because of my deep interest in racial equality and the untold story of Black space pioneers. The Space Race unravels the history, perseverance, and the community that ignited recognition for Blacks as equal participants in the space exploration. The space race features the pioneers who shared their narratives and that support for the central thesis, which is that the space race examines the first Black trailblazers in space exploration and how they overcame racial discrimination. The first type of evidence in the documentary is testimonies. Charlie Bolden, a space pioneer and pilot for Hubble, became the first Black NASA administrator. He said, before space travel was for white males, the space exploration was never for Black folks. Despite this, Captain Ed Dwight was the first Black to be trained as an astronaut in 1963, but left in 1966 after Kennedy was killed. Dwight faced harsh opposition on becoming the first Black astronaut. Charles Yeager, head of the test pilot program, denied Dwight the training as a Black astronaut, saying, "You don't belong here." This clearly demonstrates ad hominem fallacy, where prejudice and judgmental opinions overtake objective evidence that Ed Dwight had the qualifications to be an astronaut. These testimonies provide persuasive evidence that racial discrimination existed in space exploration. The second type of evidence used in the documentary was scientific study. This included the claim and hasty generalization that no way a Black guy could qualify. The false analogy that white astronauts were like superheroes was also evidence that white men were considered superior to Black men and any minorities, including women. In fact, this conclusion that Blacks were unable to qualify was false. In 1983, Guy Bluford, the first Black astronaut, went in space. Michelle Nichols, the Black actress well known for her role in Star Trek as Lieutenant Nyada Uhura, used her platform to inspire Black Americans and minorities, and she helped recruit Guy Bluford, the first Black American to go in space in 1983, as well as female astronaut Judith Resnick and Ronald McNair, the second Black American into space. In conclusion, the Space Race documentary provided solid evidence to the thesis that racial discrimination permeated earlier space exploration. Through the testimonies and studies Ed Dwight, Charlie Bolden, Guy Bluford, and Michelle Nichols, the trailblazers who made huge advances in equality and the opportunity for minorities in space exploration. This film raised awareness of the importance of equality and social justice, which will inspire future generations in space exploration. These are the references that I use. Thank you for listening to my presentation about the space race.